Oh, you're starting off good with the burps.
I like that.
Oh, we do have rules on the show.
Okay.
If you're going to burp, just lean in.
Okay, lean into it.
Yeah.
Whatever words you use, you can use the words on this podcast.
This grown ass people show.
As soon as I said that's what she said before, I was like, well.
That is the least offensive thing ever said on this show.
Perfect.
So, yeah, and you have a beer, so that's...
there we go.
Yeah, so, yeah, those are the rules. So, what do you think the ABV? I'm going to say that's not your typical Scottish.
It doesn't seem high.
It felt
seems
like a low baller.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
So it's old.
I'm gonna go like 4.7.
Oh.
I'm gonna price it right you.
You gonna want 4.8?
4.5.
Oh.
You're gonna low me?
Yeah.
Okay. What say you, Billy?
I was gonna say 6.9.
Nice. I'm gonna keep whacking my head on this goddamn thing right here. Bloody hell! Let me scoot over a little bit.
You want to switch?
I keep turning my head, and these new earphones are giant. First of all,
I mean, you always complaining about shit.
I'm gonna start bringing. I'm gonna start bringing my own. I'm gonna start bringing my own headphones.
He hates this headphone.
He breaks a pair while we're in Pittsburgh.
I did not break those.
And then he complains because it took me a little longer I didn't have a new pair this next time in the studio.
Shout out
I get him a new pair, and what happens? You're too big.
Shout out
I got one ear.
Shout out to Helicon Brewing for the blue tape for the podcast. We
By the way, it's still here. I have the blue tape. She donated it to the cause.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Angel with the blue tape.
I'm glad you remembered her name. That's Angel with the blue tape.
Angel with the blue tape.
What's the actual ABV on that?
Oh
Billy?
yeah, I guess we should look. Huh?
Our actual
real ABV
is.
He has glasses on, so this is gonna be good.
This is doing bad radio. I can't.
Your glasses, Nigel, in the table there.
I need a pair because
they're right there. The whole box of them.
Well, I need one. I need some to take home because I got a pair that's broken.
There's a whole box.
I will get some.
5.4.
Oh,
so Nigel wins.
Yeah, winner. Chicken dinner.
Wow, that's your win for the day.
Here we are.
Hey, should we do this thing?
Let's do it.
Do you want to do this thing? Okay.
Did you buy that hoodie?
Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, promotional products and design. They cover your brand bumper to bumper with graphic design, promo products, and print. See what Dire Oil Graphics can build for you at direoil.com. That's DYEROIL.com.
Smooth jazz. Shout out to our boy Jonathan who did that voiceover. I think he's Ubering in Vegas. He went back to Vegas.
That was smooth.
Yeah,
That's Smooth Jazz #1.
Yeah. I discovered him at Smoke Brewing many moons ago. You remember they were doing
we're drinking at Smoke Brewing.
You remember they were doing the Sunday buffet during the football games?
I do remember that.
You remember that?
Time ago.
That was before COVID.
Yeah.
And so he was at the buffet line. It was just he and I. We locked eyes.
Why are you fingering the mic so much?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like it's your first time in the studio.
And he spoke. I was like, it was like, like the heavens open. I'm like, and I fanboyed him.
Did your panties melt?
Pretty much. and I fanboyed him. I'm like, do you do voiceovers?
And then you talked, and then the rest of the room melted.
Yeah. They
had to break the mops and towels out.
Yeah. all the mops and towels.
Are you okay over there?
What do you mean?
I mean, you are manhandling that thing today.
I'm gonna stop touching it. Okay.
For those of you not watching, he's talking about the microphone.
Did you partake before you came in?
No, I didn't. It's just been a day, man. It's been an early long day.
An early long day.
Yeah.
Well, this is how we finish out the day.
Yeah. Welcome to Beers with Nigel.
It's a show about beer
and other stuff
or things we don't know. Whatever our brains.
Yeah, whatever. It's we haven't been on the mic in a while, so welcome back, Nick.
I know. It feels a little weird.
Yeah, we're about to get back into it.
I thought maybe you were doing like a quiet quit on me, like you were going to divorce me or something.
Never. This is not going away ever. Not until we make our millions of dollars from the TV show. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Watch us work. So hey,
we got a big guest.
I mean, big as in weight.
Yes, actually.
I've been working out.
Height,
obviously.
I mean, he casts a presence.
He is a presence. Welcome to the show, Billy Conway. Squints Apparel.
Yes, sir.
Stuey McBrews.
Yes. I do the social there still, and all the shirts and stuff.
You know, for those who don't know, Stuey McBrew is a fun little bar
and grill
type situation with great live music downtown Lee Summit. One of my favorite things about Stewie's is when I drive down the street and I see the what do you call that?
Like
thing?
the marquee sign?
The marquee, and I'm like, that's fucking Billy right there doing that. The thing on the inside.
Oh,
yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
It's funny.
Yes.
Well, you were looking at me like quizzically, whatever that word
Ooh,
is.
good word.
I fucked it up. That's not a real word. I just made that one up.
That's why it was so good.
But welcome to the show. It's funny
you.
because I ran into him a few weeks ago at Sharky's at a late night when I was drinking some weed and water. If you don't know what that is, you should find out. And we got to talking. We got to talking about his brand, Squints Apparel. And it's funny because I've told several people that you were coming on the show. They're like, oh, yeah, we love fucking Squints Apparel.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear.
You definitely have some fans out there.
Good.
Well, I was like, when you told me, I'm like, I haven't seen Billy out in the wild in forever.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll see him walking down the street. So, you know, we were at, because we were talking about, you remember before COVID, we were doing shout out to the Dyers, our sticker sponsor, Dyer Oil Graphics. You know, the behind the brand things. Remember those videos?
Yeah.
And I thought that would be perfect for Squints to do one of those, just to have him talk about the brand. And I'm like, well, shit, if I'm doing that, you might as well come on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
One and the same, you know?
One of those videos would be sick.
Yeah, so we're gonna make that happen.
Do one?
Huh?
Do another one? Break that back out?
Well, he can do it use it on his socials.
Little one-off?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of cool, you know, because even the ones we did they didn't get out there very much, but they're cool videos. I needed to send them to the people we did them on. That way they can just fucking use them, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and look, the Squints brand, right? That's one of the best brand stories. I mean, everyone of a certain generation, like, sees that, hears that, and knows, oh, he's one of us.
Yeah. but before we get into that, we need to shout out our other sponsor, our beer fridge sponsor. Shout out to Mark from Fringe.
Yes.
He donated this beer fridge after the little tiny blue fridge died a second death.
Beautifully branded on the front.
Yeah.
This used to host the old Smoky.
The old
Smoky
shots,
mason jars in a Fringe, and now it's the mystery beer fridge.
Yeah, so it's funny you had to put a lock on the damn thing.
Well, you know, look, I don't trust these yahoos.
The riffraff.
The riffraff in here.
It's fine beer, so you can't be just.
I mean, most of it
the
is fine
vagabonds
beer.
coming in.
So
I don't know where that Oktoberfest came from.
Well, here we are.
Huh.
Doesn't matter. So Billy, let's get into it, man.
What's up?
God, how would you characterize yourself? Because you do a lot of things.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Got him.
That's a good question. First question stumped me.
That's it. We're done. Good night, folks.
Thanks for having me.
Drive safe.
I got scared and left. I don't know. I hate just being like, I'm an entrepreneur, because I feel like social media now, that's kind of like, there's a lot of douchey people out there.
Everybody says they are, but not everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Squints. So I have my brand. I sell my own designs. And then I still do social media for Stewie's, which is awesome. And I actually started another thing with my mom called 1987 Promotions, which is kind of like your sponsor does. You know, I get logos on people's businesses for them. But Squints is definitely my main thing. And it's been since 2017 and been doing it full time for almost 3 years now. But it's been going good.
For those who don't know your Squints brand, kind of give us a
rundown
of what it
so
is.
squintsapparel.com, at Squints Apparel on all social medias. I always wanted to have my own clothing brand. I always would find designs I liked, but it was never on like a kind of shirt I liked, or it'd be the shirt I like without design I like, and it was always frustrating. You know, I'd find a design I like, you get it in, you wash it once, and then your belly button shows.
Yeah, I hate those.
Well, look, 1980s Miami Hurricanes would like that
exactly, yeah. So I always wanted to do that, but I never, I don't know, it's not that I guess I didn't like have the confidence to do it. And then when I started working at Stewie's, Justin and Emily had me start doing the bar t-shirts, and those started going pretty well. And then when the Royals made their run in 2015, I made some designs, and Justin let me sell them out of the bar. He actually fronted the whole thing. So really, shout out to Stewie's and Justin and Emily, because Squints probably would have never happened.
You know what that is? That's your entrepreneurial daddy.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. He's my papa. My entrepreneurial papa.
Daddy.
Can we work on this shirt, please?
Yeah,
I
entrepreneurial
would
papa.
proudly wear Justin as daddy.
I don't think there can be another daddy in downtown Lee Summit. Aaron might take umbrage to that. They call him daddy.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's
a different kind of daddy.
Just gonna be
entrepreneurial daddy is.
Just gonna be papa.
I like papa.
Just gonna be papa.
I like papa. I feel like this is a shirt that needs to happen.
Bloody hell, we're just coming up with ideas on the fucking fly.
That's what it's all about. That's how you do it.
Not only is it gonna be great, but I can just feel like thered be good Justin reaction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And Emily will just get beat red over it.
Yeah. I mean, probably as good as the free Lonnie t-shirts. Those were awesome as well. Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Well, it's out there.
They're there.
In social media.
They're there.
So the Squints name.
Sandlot.
I know. Go ahead and tell the peoples.
So I came up with the name because of Sandlot. He was always my favorite character. And also, I was very late on when I was supposed to get my glasses. So, like, through college, I was always squinting at stuff, and my friends would always give me a hard time. I actually told this story kind of recently. I haven't thought of it in a long time. Well, this is how long ago it was. I was at the mall, Oak Park Mall. So I was like,
what is that?
Yeah, exactly. So we're in there, and it's like everything was blurry. So I'm like squinting, and I'm like, it's kind of giving me a headache in here. And one of my really good friends, Fish, he's like, this is ridiculous. He literally called my mom and was like, will you make this kid go to the freaking eye doctor? He's embarrassing us. So, but once I had the glasses and like, you know, I was always squinting. So when I came up with the brand, it just went hand in hand. And it's all like nostalgia based, like pop culture and sports, my brand. So it just kind of fit.
I had no idea there was the real story of wearing glasses along with it. I just assumed it's all the Sandlot.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just kind of worked.
Such a great movie.
I'm going to try and take some credit. This may or may not be true. So I remember when
we say it on the podcast, it's true.
That's what that's what
Once
they
it
say.
goes online.
So I remember when he first started his doing his shit. And I love the logo, the Squints logo, that script. And I was like, dude, you need to do a Squints just on the shirt. And that's still one of my favorite shirts.
Oh yeah.
Because like our friends over at Team Cocktail, shout out to Team Cocktail, he gets good quality shirts where I've had that shirt for years, and it's still nice and soft and wearable. My belly button doesn't show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As much as people would like to see that.
That's what I was going to say.
That's not true.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, that shirt's like 6-7 years old now. That was like one of the first shirts.
Yeah, that was, I appreciate it. And we know this. We appreciate
good shirt.
A good shirt. Because the worst
everybody
thing.
everybody loves a good T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
But you really need it. You need a shirt that's good quality. The printing is nice. It's not going to come off after,
I mean, when I went to my hometown in Brixton, which is South London, I had to go to Brixton Brewing, and they had shirts. Of course, I bought a shirt, watched it once, could not wear it again. So somebody got it at Red Rack. So somebody's running around with that fucking shirt. So
what was it like? I mean, so you kind of came up during, right before and during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When so many people were trying to do the T-shirt game.
Yeah.
Like, what was that fight to stand out like?
There's
there's a lot of people that made it through.
Yeah. I think one thing I had was I started before the pandemic. That kind of got me through. It was 2015 when the Royals were making their run, and like I said, they let me do that at Stewie's. And then once I started seeing those T-shirts out, I was like, oh man, like this is cool. So when I started Squints in 2017, I feel like that kind of gave me a leg up over COVID. Like I didn't have like brand recognition really, but I had a foot in the door, and got started. And then, over COVID, it just kind of gave me time to start working on my designs and stuff. And I got a new computer over COVID, and I started using Photoshop instead of Illustrator. And that's when I started doing like the 90s like rap style shirts.
Yeah,
so that kind of expanded me even more.
I'd like to hear that you went from Illustrator to Photoshop, because see, I'm so old that I don't know Illustrator. I only know how to use Photoshop. Yeah.
Well, I only kind of know how to use both of them. It's all like YouTube taught.
Right.
But yeah, I think COVID, I just got to hone in more, working at Stewie's, we were closed and we were doing to-go food for a while and just.
By the way, my favorite to-go food in downtown Lee Summit during the pandemic.
Oh yeah. That all sucked, but man, we had fun.
Can I tell you what the game changer was? And it still happens if you order it to go. Changing the nachos to soup style.
Yep.
When you order it to go.
What the fuck is soup style?
Get the chips on the side.
Get the chips on the side.
Oh, I've heard this
and
story
all the
before.
toppings are.
You've been talking about this.
That was a game changer.
So
you
could just.
Oh yeah.
So they still do that.
Yeah.
There was one thing they were doing. I think it was during COVID. You guys did brunch briefly.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah.
And the fucking biscuits and gravy with the chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
It made Third Street look like bullshit.
Oh man, we were doing
so
on Saturdays
good.
for a minute.
Oh yeah,
really
only on
good.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell anybody about that shit. I wasn't letting it. I discovered that shit. I was like, oh no, I'm not telling anyone.
See, I told everybody because I've always, and so many people have bugged Justin about this, and like he needs advice on that, making that successful.
Yeah.
Like lunch, I want lunch so bad for Stewie's.
Oh yeah. It just gets people to go for dinner,
Yeah.
And then instead of going for lunch and getting a soda, you go for dinner, grab a few drinks, and gives it a little demand action.
Yeah.
So you went from Illustrator to Photoshop. What is your background in design? Is it something you just was interested in? Did you go to school for it? What's the story?
I went to school, but I didn't go at all for design. So I started. It's actually a funny story. When I started doing the Stewie stuff, I was like doing all of it on Microsoft Word. Like I was just like, so Justin would call it Word Shop. And like, I remember when I told Ben Wine, like at Fossil Forge, he did not believe me that that's what I was using. I was just like manipulating Word to be Illustrator. And then I finally was like, all right, I need to like lock in and actually teach myself how to do stuff. Cause I was like locking myself in on only certain types of designs. And then, just literally all YouTube and Instagram. That's all. I never went to any school or anything. I'm sure there's a lot easier way to do some of the things I do, but I just kind of.
Yeah, but self-taught is kind of cool.
Jumping in and learning those things, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't. I don't know how you teach somebody to use those tools. You just kind of have to like give them a few pointers and then say go.
Totally.
Jump in and learn it.
Yeah, you just kind of mess around with it and figure it out. That's what I've been doing at least. Then there's lots of you can learn anything on YouTube now.
Yeah.
That was just.
Yeah.
So the real question is, what did you go to school for?
I went to school for business and entrepreneurship.
Oh, it's like you're right in,
I'm kind of in the wheelhouse.
I mean, you're not like, some of the people we have on, oh, I'm a brewer, but before I was a teacher. You're at least you're doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I used to be a chemist.
Right.
And now I'm playing the violin.
Or
right.
I used to be a lawyer and now I'm a brewer.
Right,
the stories we've gotten on this podcast about people who've just diverged off whatever path to end up in a brewery is kind of astounding.
Right.
But kind of cool at the same time.
Totally. I always thought I wanted to own a bar. That's why I started doing entrepreneurship.
So how'd you get involved with Stewie's?
So like in college, I realized I wanted to work for myself. So I was like, I'd like to open a bar. I think that would be cool. And then I started bar backing at this bar called Maker's Mark in Power and Light. And then one day I went into Stewie's. I had a friend call me and he was like, "You want to go to Stuey McBrew's?" And I was like, "What the hell is that?" They've only been open for a month at this point. And then I went in, met Emily. She was bartending. We were like the only 3 people in there. And I was like, "Do you guys need a bar back or anything?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she hired me. I started 2 weeks later, and then the rest is history. They're like my best friends now.
And then they adopted you.
Yeah,
and you became
they
family.
pretty much adopted me. And so I graduated college, and then I thought, I did the whole, all right, I graduated college. I need to get a 9 to 5. I know this is why I went to school, but you're supposed to do this when you get out of school.
Supposedly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
That's a lie.
So I did an internship in Florida for the Tampa Bay Rays. It was like their minor league team and their spring training. I was like, okay, I'll work in sports.
How the fuck did you end up doing that?
Well, I just applied for all this stuff, and that's the one thing that called me back.
Really?
Yeah, and I did it for free. It was an unpaid internship.
No shit.
Yeah,
so you moved to Florida and worked for free.
Yeah, it was.
Did they
brutal.
at least pay for housing or
nothing? Luckily, my grandma lived there. I stayed with her.
Thanks, Grandma.
But yeah, thanks, Grandma. Shout out, Grandma.
Major League Baseball with all the money in the world.
No, fuck you. Look, I want you to work for free.
Yeah, well, that's what I learned is so many people want to work for sports. For sports teams, they'll pay you nothing because they know someone will do it.
Well, I mean, it's almost like breweries.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
There's been the whole thing about.
Okay, if we give you a case of beer?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've done a lot of things for a case of beer.
I was just telling somebody today, because Connor Sellertween, he had never been to a beer fest, so he just went to Brew at the Zoo, and he fucking loved it. And I was telling him, I was like, I used to do shit for Crane. Like, I would go do the tastings at the high V's, and my pay was whatever's left over, you can just take it. So I'd have like 8 cases of fucking Beat Vice, and
you're just not handing anyone anything.
Nobody showed up. I don't know what the deal was.
Not one person tasted anything.
They all said no.
And that was the beauty of COVID, because you could pour the beers outside.
Yeah.
And I would just load it, and it got to the point where I would just have the beer in when I had my FJ Cruiser, and people, I'm like, hey, you want some free beer? Because you remember we did that podcast
yes.
at the barbecue beer place.
My parents.
Beer sauce.
Yeah, and so the same day we were doing that podcast, I had so much beer in the back. I was like, hey, you want a case of beer? I was like, I can't take us all home.
You did. That's right. You did. We stopped by the house. He goes, here.
My parents told me a long time ago, when someone offers you something out of the back of a car, do not go to it. So
that's false.
No, that's absolutely not true.
Hey, buddy,
if somebody offers
beer?
you, it's like shots. If you ask me if I want a shot, it's my obligation to take it.
I'm gonna say yes.
I just love hey man, you want some beer? It's in the back of the truck.
I mean,
I don't care if it's a windowless fan. I'm getting in.
So you worked for the minor league baseball team.
Yeah. So I did that for free, and then I realized
for how long?
I did it. It was from January to May in 2011.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was a long one. And then I came home, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to work in sports anymore.
And I have
it turns
no
out
money.
Money matters. So I got this sales job for 2 weeks. Or no, I lied. I had it for 1 week, cold calling. And then I went back to Justin, and I was like, hey, I
want some music while you're taking that off?
I want to.
Happy birthday song.
For those of you not watching, Nigel is slowly taking his pants off right now. Man.
Hey.
I am flustered.
Me too. I got hot on.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't we all?
I think it's that shout out to Smoke for that shelter and haze.
Hey, your hoodie goes with the can.
It does.
Matching.
What city is that on the can, by the way? Do we know? Is it made up? It looks like.
Is that Blue Thunder?
I thought it was Gotham.
I think it's the beautiful Lee Summit skyline.
The skyline of Lee Summit.
All the skyscrapers.
With a police chopper flying over, looking for them bad guys.
Is that you?
By the way, for the we're going to mention him for the second time this episode. It's looking for Ben Wine.
Yeah, it is.
With a name like
that. So
that.
you get back. You have no money.
I got no
and
money.
You're like, I'll try sales.
Yeah, and it was brutal. So one day I left work and I went straight to Stewie's, and I was like, Justin, I want to open my own bar. Like, let me come learn from you guys.
Yeah.
I just want to open my bar. Can you teach me what to do? And I never forget, he was like, if I gave you $200,000 right now, what's the first thing you do to open a bar? And I was like, I have no idea. He's like, exactly. And he just was like, try one more week at your job, and if you still don't like it, come back and we'll figure something out. Well, the next day I went and quit. And I went back to Justin.
Bye, bitches.
Yeah. And they literally made up a position for me. And I was just doing random things to learn how to run a bar. But the beauty of it was I was learning how to be an entrepreneur firsthand. That's the one thing. I went to school to be an entrepreneur, but I feel like you can only read about so much.
Yeah.
I kind of got thrown into the fire but with a safety net, because it was Justin and Emily, and they kind of taught me the way. And I learned a lot about the back end of businesses and how to run a bar, but a business in general. And bars are hectic, man. So I feel like anything I do now is just kind of way easier, because I think everyone should work at a bar at some point, just because it gets so hectic and crazy, and things go wrong, and people are drunk, and it's just
I think
mayhem.
any restaurant bar experience is important.
Yeah, for sure. And then I just realized I managed Stewie's for a long time after that, and then I just kind of realized it wasn't necessarily a bar that I wanted, but just to work for myself.
Yeah.
So
is that still in the back of your head at all? Is there still a part of it's I'd like to have a bar?
I think it would be cool to have, but I don't want to run it. So my favorite part, right
That's
now,
fair.
when Justin and Emily are working on next door,
right?
That's that's my favorite part. Coming up with names and what's it going to look like and what's inside of it. What's the vibe going to be?
If I turn off the mics, can I get some of the inside?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Mic's off. No, yeah, but that's the best part. And like the social media part and like making the shirts and designing the menus, the things I still get to do for Stewie's. That's my favorite part. So I don't really have an itch to do it, but like maybe one day if I could like invest in one and do that.
We might have one you can invest in.
Yeah, we might have an opportunity for you.
Beers with Nigel in.
It's gonna be a bed and breakfast.
Well, it'll be a bed and something. Well, and you got to kind of see too firsthand, like a starting up one too, because you were you were with them when they opened Frankie Fairlane's and went through that.
Yeah.
So that's a great spot for you to be in to learn all of the things.
Big time. And they were all about teaching me whatever. I mean, they are like, Justin and Emily have been my mentors big time. Like I said, Squints wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for them because he pushed me to do it. And I'm super grateful for them. And between Stewie's, I started there a month after they started. And then Frankie's, we saw that through. And then coming back to Stewie's, it's been amazing. And you see it like firsthand. It is like local people, and they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it. It's not just someone with a bunch of money that was like, bars sound cool. I've been to those. You know, it's like they did it, and they worked for bars that failed. So they saw backwards of what you're supposed to do, you know? So I learned so much from them. And, just running a business. I thought I wanted it to be a bar, and it turns out I didn't, but man, I saw a lot. And then they have a family now, you know, and watching that change, it's just like, they're like experiencing things, and I'm like learning for it in front of it. They're just awesome.
Well, it's cool. I'm going to tell you this little story. It's not a great story, but it's just a nice little story.
Yeah.
So when I first started the newspaper here in town, Lake Tulare Summit, and Justin, as he is, he was like one of the first. I think he was the second person, local business, to advertise. And he was like, I'm here to help you.
Yep.
And he prepaid for a year of advertising right off the bat. But the first time I went into Stewie's to meet with him and talk about kind of what he wanted to do, the first 30 minutes, he told the story of Billy and how proud he was of you and what had gone on in your first year.
Is that real?
Yeah. No, that's true. Like, I don't know if you knew that or not. But
I did not.
But like, you're talking about what a big help. But it's cool to see kind of the pride too that he takes, and like, look what Billy's done.
That's awesome. That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. He's been definitely instrumental in just like who I am as a person, honestly.
He's just a fucking nice guy.
He's a great dude.
Oh, man, they're both super awesome.
And they have made a business that is, a piece of the community.
Well, and I will throw this in there because you think about when you go in there, it's the same fucking bartenders.
Yep.
And that says something.
Yeah, like how long has freaking Maverick? I feel like Maverick came with the building.
Yeah, I hired Maverick as a bar back, and that was Christ. Yeah. I mean, that was like 8 years ago, maybe. Yeah, he came with the building. Yeah. And that's another, I mean,
like, was he there when it was what was the soul food joint before that?
Barada. Yeah, we inherited him. He was like a stray cat.
Like that cat at Crane Brewing, fucking
right.
Omar.
We started feeding him, and then that was it.
No, that's the one thing I do like when you go in there. It's the same people.
Yeah.
Which I think is fucking says something about the owners of the business,
especially in that industry.
Oh hell yeah! As many people who work in the downtown area here that kind of worked everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They've had the same core people forever.
Oh yeah,
which is
and they don't change a whole lot.
Yeah,
like the menu's changed over the years, but like little bits at a time. You don't even really notice it.
Yeah, it's like they keep what's good and they mess around a little bit with
2 words. Spicy balls.
Hell yeah. Those aren't going anywhere.
I haven't had those in a while. What am I doing with my life,
you
man?
You know what mine is?
What's that?
The bacon and cheese wings.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo wings and put cheese and bacon on top.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the thing. When I go, generally, if I'm going there, I'm drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Beers with Nigel.
I can't take the last time I actually ate there because if I'm going there, I'm going.
Well, you don't eat a lot though either.
But if you know what, I'm a.
You're like a once a day eater.
I'm a situational eater.
I'm like that too. That's how I am.
I'm a situational eater.
Yeah, traveling with Nigel is interesting because he doesn't really care about food.
Yeah, I like to go experience new places and eat new stuff. I think that's when I eat the most is when I'm traveling. But day to day, I just kind of I'm kind of a grazer.
I'm not.
You're not even a grazer.
Yeah, I'm just like. Especially if you start drinking, you're like.
But about every 2 days though, he will pick one meal and it will chow.
Well, and yesterday was one of those days. I had a situation. I was working at Diametric, and they had, which you would love, they had like the beans with the meat, like the pit beans with the. So I had a couple of things in them.
That sounds good.
And then of course they make their own bacon. And so I had to have. For some reason I wanted the BLT, and then
For some reason,
then I had some Taylor tots,
as you must,
garlic parm.
as you must.
Ooh.
And then there was an order that got messed up, so I ended up eating a brisket taco.
Oh, those are so good.
That's a happy accident.
Yeah, and then the guys in the kitchen, they had some batter left over from the Taylor tots, and so they breaded a burger.
Oh my god.
Oh God. See, that's what I look.
I ate so much yesterday in like 2 hours. I was miserable.
Look, when the guys in a kitchen like that in a food truck start fucking around, that's the food you want.
That's when magic
you
happens.
want the weird shit.
Yeah.
I got a little of this left over, got a little of that left over. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what you want to eat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So that's actually my other good Justin story is one time my friend and I are in at Stewie's sitting at the bar drinking a shit ton, and it's late. Justin comes over and he's like, guys, I got something for you. And whoever was chef then, right, was fucking around.
Yeah.
And it was the best Scotch eggs I've ever had in my life.
Oh yeah.
At freaking Stewie's.
That was a part of that was part of the brunch.
yeah, Scotch
that's
eggs.
probably
It was
when
right before they did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He was just fucking around.
Yeah, I bet that was
And just like
the birth of it.
We're playing with this. Try this out.
Scotch eggs, man.
it's unbelievable.
They were so
Scotch
good.
eggs.
Yeah.
Fucking life.
Yeah. Hey, do you know what it's time for?
Mystery
Time for a mystery beer. Hey,
love this.
let's go rum cake stout. Shout out to Limitless Brewing
Ooh.
and Jude's rum cake. Have you ever had a Jude's rum cake?
I have not.
Oh, you
Down
need to
to-
go
it's a
Old Town Lenexa.
Okay.
So he only
Half the year it's Jude's rum cake.
and the rest of the year it's Table Ocho. So they basically take this stout and put an actual fucking rum cake in it.
Ooh.
And these rum cakes are fucking
It's
amazing.
like my Jamaican mother used to make,
I mean, like
real
Oh,
talk,
my
damn.
grandma's recipe was the recipe at EBT's for a while.
Okay.
which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I know rum cake.
Yeah.
This is fucking
Can we
amazing.
do a Squint shirt that's
Let's
I
go,
know rum cake with his
This
face on
shit is amazing. And then we got to do the restaurant. So the other half of the year, it's an 8-seat restaurant.
Yeah, Table Ocho.
That's cool.
Farm to table. It's what, like 8 courses or something?
Well, it's whatever he can find seasonally, and so you go in, and he just you don't know what the menu is going to be.
That is cool.
Yeah, you're gonna have wine. You're gonna have food.
Yeah, we need to go back and you know who we need to get back on the podcast? The new president of the National Black Brewers Association. You know who that is?
I do not.
Marcus Baskerville.
Is he really?
From Weathered Souls? He's a new president.
Nice.
So
congrats, Marcus.
Yeah, we need to get him back on the pod because he was one of our early. So back during COVID,
He was our first kind of like big out of KC
they
guests.
did the whole beer community did the Black is Beautiful thing. That was every state, 44 countries, fucking everybody brewed his recipe
like thousands of beers.
from
Yeah.
his brewery in San Antonio.
That's cool.
And I hit him up on the Instas, and he fucking came on the show. And this is before he fucking blew up. You remember this?
This was right before it just.
Yeah, he was on the Today Show.
You
know,
guys did that. I'm going to be on the Today Show now.
Yeah, maybe. You never
And
know.
it was-
Squints-
literally, it
Squints
was
Apparel,
like-
baby, let's fucking go.
It was like 2-3 weeks later. All of a sudden, you're seeing him everywhere.
That's cool.
All hell broke loose. So, yeah, shout out to fucking Marcus, man. He's fucking.
I'm so excited about drinking
It
this.
smells so good.
That's what she said.
Oh damn! Who's Limitless? Is that who did this collab?
Yep.
Ooh, that is good.
And Limitless has a beautiful building. I didn't realize they have a fucking patio, and they just posted some pictures of them expanding it. It's gonna be fucking epic.
Where's their patio?
Well, you probably never been to Limitless
I've been there once.
Does
because
it
remember
look-
they had that they were in that little industrial area, then they moved. They built a building.
Oh no!
It's beautiful.
When did that happen?
Probably during COVID, 3 years ago.
4 years ago.
Is that in
Nick,
Lenexa
hey
too?
Nick, have you got out of your house?
This is the thing. Trying to get him to go to Kansas is a whole thing.
That's like getting Justin to go
I-
places. Be like, you ask, he's like, "Is it in Lee Summit?" That's what he says every time.
I am walking distance of 29 bars and restaurants.
Yeah,
Why?
Is that how many?
Something like that. In
It's a
downtown.
lot.
crazy.
How many?
it's a lot now.
Okay, trivia question for downtown Lee Summit. Let's say from 291 to 50 on 3rd Street. How many hair salons? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there's a lot. Hair salons and banks.
No, hair
Well,
salons
in
way more than
in
banks.
2016, there were like, I think it was 94 bank locations in Lee Summit.
It's crazy.
And I just remember, like, when I started the paper, I remember because I had listed every business, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like 94 bank locations.
I need you to get on the.
We'll be able to give you
I-
some numbers in downtown in the coming months.
I need you to. I need the hair salon count, please.
Hey, everyone's got hair. Well, not
But I-
everyone.
That is
not,
not true.
Not everyone.
I mean, hair somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's also not true.
Are there
Some-
hairless? Are
some
there
people?
Are there hairless people like that, like hairless cats?
Well, I mean, there's choices that can be made.
Okay. I don't know how we even fucking got here. Anyway, let's go back to this beer. Are you much of a beer? This is the thing I don't know about you.
Are you a beer guy?
I
I don't see you as. It's not like I see. Again, we rarely see you out in the wild.
yeah.
And I'm not even sure what the fuck you were drinking the other night when I saw you at Sharky's.
So I'm usually drinking a Coors Banquet. Is usually
Oh,
my go-to.
yes. You know what? That's right on brand.
That's usually what I got, or a Guinness.
Okay.
Those are usually my two.
Is that because
go-to.
of your deal with Mahomes? You
Yeah,
gotta
we
drink
have
the
a
Coors?
we have a whole thing.
Yeah.
And or a Coors Light. Like when I go to Sharky's, they don't have Banquet, so
Okay.
I go Coors Light.
I love the banquet.
So do you
Yeah.
ever?
There is always a soft spot in my heart for the
Oh
banquet
yeah,
beer.
there's something about the freaking those bottles, those Stelvy bottles. Just
Every
goes
once in a
down
while, like a
smooth.
couple times a year, I'll go buy like the pack of Snub Nose.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, that's fine. I'm more of a high life guy.
yeah, okay,
you know,
I enjoy High Life.
Girl on the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Champagne of beers.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Do you dabble? I'm obviously drinking craft beer right now. Do you dabble at all?
Yeah, for sure. I have some friends that are like really into beer, and my cousin Frankie is like super into it. He lives in Denver, so when I go see him, we go all over the place to breweries, and when he's here, he wants to see all of them. So, and then my growing up, one of my best friends is actually the same one that called my mom to make me get glasses.
Good friend right there.
He is a huge craft beer guy.
Nigel, get glasses.
So yeah, so
I have contacts in. It's fine.
so I always. Yeah, I'll try it whenever. Nice,
Whoa.
that was
Well
good.
done,
Oh,
sir.
that came from the depths,
Ooh, I
man.
felt that in my feet.
That came from your toenails.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, that was like.
I felt that in my feet on the ground.
Well, you know. what
Did you
this-
go like T-Rex arms when you did that?
I really did because I didn't know what was going. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, for a moment, I was like, hold on, is this?
That's gonna be
Maybe
dangerous.
puke.
Was that like the shart of burps?
Yes. I was like, okay, there's some things going on in there.
Has there ever been puke on this podcast?
Not during.
No.
Speaking of which, our impromptu day drinking last week, that was a walk
Woof.
home.
Woof. And I told him you got to walk home. We had we decided to go to.
I had an old fashioned. 5 old fashions later.
No. He's
Oh.
like, no. What he said was, he said, I could have an old fashioned or maybe 4. Yeah, that was a good day.
Well, yeah. So Joe was mixed up, and they were playing around with their menus. So they were making new drinks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so we were
dangerous.
sampling as well.
That's
so you remember the
dangerous.
one with the stuff on top, whatever the
The
fuck that
chai
was?
foam.
Yeah, I had that. I had it because they came out with the menu last Thursday, so I had that. It was still good.
Still good.
Chai
Still
foam.
good. Still checks out.
Yeah,
It was something mango.
yeah.
I don't know.
It was what it was. Let's guess the ABV on this beer.
Ooh.
Let me drink more.
I'm not getting a lot. You know what? On the back end, I get that rum.
No, I think that's gonna be.
You think it's like a big boy?
I'm gonna go 8.1.
Ooh.
Hey, ooh. You know what? Price is right. You 8.2.
Damn it!
I'm just gonna stay on brand and go 6.9.
What actual retail ABV?
8%.
Oh.
Wait, did I win?
You won
Yeah,
with the
barely.
best answer ever.
Nice.
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 So what's in the Squints world?
Mm-hmm.
how often are you coming out with like new shit? And because again, I told people you were coming on the podcast, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Like they kind of fanboyed you.
That's awesome. I like to hear that.
How often are you coming up with new shit? I know you got the masterpiece shirts. And,
yeah.
It's shout out to the 90s.
Say, Make them say,
Yeah. No. Right.
Shout out to No Limit.
So, obviously, you've been influenced by some shit in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. It just kind of, I never do set releases anymore. I kind of try to do that in the beginning, but I kind of just go as it happens now. Like my ideas, like I used to, sometimes I'll do a collection. Last summer I did a 90s collection. It had like all the, like the 90s S everyone would draw.
Yeah.
That was like kind of the theme of it. And it was all like Charlotte Hornets colors, like purple and teal, like the most 90s colorway.
Everything was a Swatch watch inspired.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's just kind of do it as it comes. So sometimes it's a lot at once and sometimes it's like more sporadic. It's just with Squints, it's just me. So, like sometimes you just get caught up on like the back end stuff, or I got to post on social, or like you just get busy doing other stuff. And then some days I'm just like feel super creative and I just start knocking out designs. But so it's just kind of random. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on some hoodies. That's like my next thing, because it's that weather.
It's hoodie season.
Yeah. And I'm trying to come up with a current shirt, like a KC current shirt. But I just haven't come up with something I like yet enough to drop. But that's like the next one I really want to do a current.
You ever think about doing like a Beers with Nigel shirt?
We could. You want to?
In the masterpiece style? That would be
Dude, that would be sick. We do like diamonds, the golden diamonds.
Let's fucking go.
I tried and I could not come up with a good idea. I tried to redo the Play Off the Chronic album.
Oh yeah.
And I could not make it work.
Oh my god, I'll try it.
All right, you gotta get
bro. You've exhausted your
oh no, like I had 5% of talent and it's gone. I used it all.
You used 100% of that 5%.
Yeah. It's gone.
Because it's funny because our logo, people are just so enamored by that shit. It's wild. And then I tell them the story. Nick was drinking, was rum drunk or whatever drunk you were. Was it rum?
It.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
But people were just.
It was right before COVID. It was a bottle of rum. We needed a logo.
And shout out to Benji. I don't know if you know Benji that does all the shit for God, what's the name of his company? He does all the when you go into Fringe and all those designs.
Oh yeah,
Jolly Numbskull.
I don't think I've ever met him, but I have heard about him.
Yeah, follow him on the Instagrams, because literally our pictures. He takes a photo and then he made originally, at Fringe, all the people who work there, they have magnets of their faces.
Yeah,
and so we had done one when I worked at City Hall in that department, because we did one. And I was like, well, shit, if we're gonna do something, so I had him do Nick's face. And that was. Did you ever get a magnet? Or was it just
I never got the magnet.
We didn't get you a magnet. So that's where that came from.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a really great artist. I've got a really cool piece that. Shout out to Eddie from Fringe, because I bought it from under him. He was trying to buy it because Benji comes to town probably twice a year. He lives in Chicago, and it's this. He has a very particular style he does with female faces, and the face. It's this big ass 3D wooden piece, and the girl has a halo and horns. It's fucking dope.
That's sick.
Yeah. He's that could be somebody you could connect with to do some wild shit, because he does some wild shit.
That would be sick. That's been my favorite thing of Squints, is just like meeting and collaborating with different people.
He would be. I feel like that would be a symbiotic, big word right there.
Ooh.
That's a $9 word.
Day?
All I got is $3.
He tried the quizzically earlier, and now he's going symbiotic.
You know I like to make up words.
Do you have a word of the day calendar?
Toilet paper.
Yeah.
That's toilet paper.
What was the word? The word I made up in Pittsburgh on the Drinking Partners podcast.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Evolate.
Evolate?
We'd be evolating.
We'd be evolating.
That sounds like it'd be a sick song.
or just a band,
Yeah.
You're doing something current right now, though, with soccer World Cup coming up here. Like, there's a chance, there's a time there that you could really capitalize.
Oh yeah, I went to my first current game this summer. It is amazing.
And it's dope, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The crowd, like the game, everything
Yeah.
was nuts. The stadium is super cool.
Yeah.
It was
I-
electric in there, man.
Yeah. I love that they've got all that local food.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah. They kind of missed on the beer, but that's another axe I'm not going to grind at this moment.
But they can fix that. That's
Yeah,
a
that can
fixable
change.
thing.
Don't get me started on that bullshit, bro. Money talks, bullshit walks. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So the 1987 brand,
Yep.
is that when you were born?
Yep, that's when I was born.
Okay.
I started with my mom, so we just came up with 1987 promotions.
Because the 1987ers hat is fucking dope.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was messing with that, and because I was like, I need something with like our brand on it. But
Too bad you weren't born in '69.
yeah, that would have been way cool. 69ers. That's when my mom was born, so we can make her a
My
69ers hat.
in-laws graduated high school in '69, and they have old shirts that say "Wine Me, Dine Me, '69 Me."
That's incredible. That's incredible.
That sounds like a Squints Apparel shirt.
That sounds like a Squints Apparel
like one of
shirt.
their reunion things. And my wife is like, I laugh, but I don't want to laugh.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I got the 69 champs shirt.
Oh, yeah, you sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
look, luckily it's a great time in Kansas City, so all the sports teams have given you reasons
Oh my gosh.
to make shirts, right?
So like that is like my bread and butter is the KC brand stuff. It's just been great. And now I'm in a few stores, so that's been my wholesale's been taking off. Which
where
is
stores are
amazing.
you in?
Made in KC,
Oh, no shit.
and that's been the newest one, and that's been great. And I'm in Westside Story, in Westside, Kansas City, and the Bunker.
Oh, you're in Bunker?
Yeah, that
No
was
shit.
my first store ever. Actually,
How the
That
fuck
was
do you
super
even
cool.
get into a store? How's that work?
The Bunker just reached out to me. They had
No shit.
Yeah, it was really cool. This was a while ago, and they just had someone in there asking if they had Squints. And they
Wow.
said no, and they looked me up, and they liked it, so they started ordering stuff. And
Really?
yeah, that's been cool.
That's awesome. You used to be in a few down here.
Yeah, I
a
was
few
in
downtown.
local foundry,
Right.
and then I think that was it down here.
So
Oh,
it's-
Liz Little's store.
Yeah.
When it was across the street from City Hall.
Boutique. Oh, dang it. I can't.
that one store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she just
Now
moved.
she's over. Yeah,
She just moved to the West End.
yeah. But it was when
There you
it
go.
was
I'm
when
very
that
burpy.
it was when before that it was when that was still a building. over
Right,
there.
right, yeah.
So as far as like your reach, as far as people ordering shit, where are people coming from to get your shit from? Because obviously the online thing is huge, right?
Yeah. No, it was this year. I've shipped to all 50 states now.
No shit.
That was my goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wyoming was my last one forever.
What the fuck were they waiting on?
So I just did I think they just make their own flannel there.
Does anybody know anybody
Well,
from
do you
Wyoming?
do you make a flannel shirt?
No, I needed to.
There
That
you
was
go.
the problem. So that
do you
was
know anybody from Wyoming?
I do not.
Do you?
no.
Well, you do now. They bought some shit.
I literally had to do. I did an online. I was doing online campaigns. I'm like,
Oh,
if
were
you
you,
know
like,
anyone in
focusing-
Wyoming, please tell them. And that's how it did. Someone told a friend.
What do
who
they
ordered it.
call people from Wyoming? Wyomigans?
Wyomingites? Wyomingers?
Wyomigans, like
Wyomigans?
hooligans.
That sounds
I
sick.
like Wyomigans.
Wyomigans is
Yeah.
sick. I like that one.
It's a bunch of Wyomigans up there.
Yeah.
That might be the headline of this show.
Shout out to the Wyomigans.
It's like
I don't know.
It's like the St.
I don't know
Louis.
anybody that's even. No, what is going on in Wyoming? Do we know?
I think Cowboys stuff.
Well, they're that's where Josh Allen went, so they were the Cowboys.
Yeah. Or is that Idaho? That's Idaho.
No, the Idaho, one of the best mascots, Idaho Vandals.
Oh, good call. Good call. Wyoming
How do you-
is the Cowboys.
That's where all the Vandals are.
That's where Josh
they
Allen
rock
went
their
too.
bike like a
Yes, he
vandal.
went to Wyoming.
Josh
He
Allen.
wasn't
yeah,
a
they were the
Vandal. He was a
Cowboys.
cowboy.
He was a cowboy. That's right.
I don't know anybody from Idaho either. So
No, me neither. I don't think so. At least.
I know some people from Idaho.
do you know how you tell which potato is the prostitute?
Oh God.
Oh,
The one that says I'm from
Idaho.
Idaho. Okay.
I love that you missed the joke.
Did I?
I totally did. I need another beer.
My favorite part of that was that you missed the joke.
Here we are. But you still laughed.
Wow.
I did.
That's all that matters.
At you or with you?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. With
So,
you at you.
Anyway, back to the 87 brand,
Oh, yeah.
1987.
So it's based.
Give us a story on that one.
It's basically. So I just learned about the promotional end of everything. Like people were coming to me once I had Squints. They're like, "We get this, that, or the other made for me," and I was like, "I can, but it's probably not going to be at the best price, you know. And I didn't really understand how people were doing that, but I just like did some dinging and learned. And yeah, there's like a whole industry of like everything you see that has a logo on it, like somebody made that, you know.
Yeah.
So I just been pursuing that, and it's been good. It's cool. It's like, again, I'm just meeting people I never would have before, and either it's like linked through Squints or Stewie's, or like there's always a way to like put everything together, which has been cool too. But yeah, I get to mess around and design things I've never designed before, you know, like it's literally anything you can think to put a logo on, it's out there. I was going to conventions and it was like overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I just saw.
Did you go to that big one that's in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in last January. I went to the Vegas one, and then in March I went to Fort Worth. It's like freaking anything you can think of.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. There's like grills with your logo on them, not the teeth, but I bet you can get grills for your teeth.
That's where I was going with
Yeah.
the grill. Yeah.
That's. Wait, how can we make this happen? For
Yeah,
you?
Well,
I want you to have a Beers with Nigel.
And this
grill.
it's nothing new, but this company I saw, and you know, because they'll do one-offs and things like that, and it's the hats with the license plates
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
that are fucking sick.
Yeah, Jeremy's got one of those.
Yeah.
Jeremy Watts.
Yeah. So I was like, because I'm always thinking, what can we put our fucking brand on? You know,
Yeah, you guys need some swag, man.
Everybody needs.
we have some. We got a little bit of swag.
Everybody needs to tattoo our logo.
The problem is, and he always tells me this when somebody wants to put this on something, he's like, I fucked it up. There's way too many colors on there.
Oh yeah, that's like
There's too much going on. I broke all of the rules of design with that logo.
But that's what
that'd
makes
be
it
expensive
great.
Shirt. That would be an expensive shirt.
That's what makes it great.
Yeah, I mean, like, so we just did a shirt to go with us to Barrel and Flow, and we had to totally like simplify. Basically, it's the crush can with the logo, the name,
yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can get like an alternate for some
Alternate jersey, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want a baseball jersey.
That would be sick.
How about a soccer kit?
Well, I mean, for those that like that sport, sure.
I mean,
That's your jam.
I'm in right now.
Actually, I would rock a soccer kit.
Nigel's British.
Very much
No, he's
so.
not. He's Oklahoman.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
He has
from
spent more years
Look,
of his life
How
outside
many
of
minutes?
Britain.
Look, 50 minutes in.
54 minutes in.
Here we go with the bullshit.
He has spent more years of his life not in Britain.
Is there any more beer in that can? You need to shut your mouth.
Well, here, yeah.
And he's pouring it out.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
It's fine.
Well, the pass to the winner.
Winner.
Give me a little dabble of that.
So
do you feel like you need both companies? Is that good for you to diversify there?
100%. Yeah, it's been good. It kind of they take pressure off of each other, if that makes any sense. Like it kind of seems like if when one slows down, I have the other one, and then vice versa. And then sometimes they're busy at the same time, which is great, obviously. But it definitely took pressure off of Squints because I was like forcing myself to come up with stuff, which like when you're being creative is like
you can't
yeah.
force yourself.
How do you find that balance? Because I feel like there are some that just keep putting out new stuff, and it's too much.
Yeah.
But then, you can't just stay the same
Right.
shirts all the time.
I definitely have like my bread and butter ones like this one. Like this one has been, especially now wholesale, there's like 3 shirts I just sell the most of all the time. And then with Chief stuff, like when it's football season is my busy season now because with the Kansas City stuff and we're really good. And then in the summer, I slow down in the summer for sure. And that's kind of when I try to work on some other stuff too. And do like in the summer, I try to do my random pre-sales, like all the pop culture references, like the Seinfeld shirts and the Office shirts and Always Sunny and stuff like that. Just like shows and movies I like to watch, I just make shirts about them. And then, but yeah, it just kind of depends on what else is going on, Like when during Chief season, I pretty much just dial in on that and figure out what to do. And yeah, there really is. I wish I could say I wish I did have like a formula or like an algorithm or something, but it's just like kind of me winging it, honestly, just making it up as I go.
I think you should do a series of the bad 80s shows. Not like the good, the big pop culture ones.
Yeah.
Like I want Greatest American Hero.
That's where I was going. Get the fuck out of my brain, motherfucker.
Believe it or not.
I'm walking on air.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought
I could feel so free.
That makes me think of George Costanza. his voicemail.
My favorite piece of TV trivia is that show.
What is that?
You've heard me say this one. This
What's
is
that?
my favorite piece of TV trivia is Greatest American Hero. The pilot episode, his character name was Mr. Hinckley. In between that and it getting picked up, Hinckley shot Reagan. So when the show got picked up and they brought it back, he was Mr. H.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not know
That's
that.
solid.
That is a good. That is a good one.
Great trivia.
That is great trivia.
I love that show. I used to have a red towel as a kid. I'd clothespin it around. I'd fly around the house.
Fucking nerd alert.
Listen, just because you were doing black and white Zorro when you were a kid,
Zorro?
that's how old you are.
No, I wasn't a Zorro fan.
I don't know. What'd you watch in Oklahoma?
I'm trying to think.
Were you doing radio shows?
You know,
when you were there?
You know what?
They didn't have TV.
We had TVs, and you had to have a license to have a TV in England. You know that, right? I've told this fucking story before.
What?
Doctor Who. Yeah, you had to have. You still have to have a TV license. So they had a van that would go around with this thing on top that could tell you if you had a TV. We hid the TVs. We don't pay the license. It's still a thing in England. It's
What?
stupid. Just Google England TV license. Just Google it sometime. It'll take you down a fucking rabbit hole.
Is it Googleable?
You just have to pay for it or what?
Yeah, you got to have a license to have a television.
That's insane.
I mean, what?
Do
Seriously?
you renew it every year? Is it an annual fee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like per TV?
Yeah.
No wonder you got
Dude,
out of there.
What the
Jeez.
fuck, bro?
Yeah, what
Seriously,
the
you're in
hell?
Missouri where they're charging you personal property tax on that fucking car you already bought. Don't get me started.
Yeah, that is
Seriously?
true. They just found
Oh,
ways
look,
around.
there's lots of things you can complain about in Missouri.
Well, I mean,
That's a whole other show and about 100 more episodes.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's wrong with Missouri?
That's its own podcast.
talk about double jeopardy, right? Get the fuck out of here, man. Get me started. I've been drinking rum barrel. That's not rum barrel, is it? That's not barrel aged. It's just, is it barrel aged? I don't even know. We know it's from Lenexa. That's all that matters.
It's from Lenexa.
We do know that.
Like, that's a whole other thing. Like, it's from Lenexa. In a world where the beer came from Lenexa.
From Lenexa. Show you right. This is a good beer, though.
What's the next series you're working on? Do you have are you noodling something? I mean, you can use the Greatest American Hero if you want.
Okay, all right. I'll put
approve.
I'll put that on the board. I'll put that on
are
the
you
whiteboard.
noodling something?
Yeah.
Please don't noodle. Okay. Kids
Not
at
on the
home.
air.
Like the,
Not on the air.
the cameras aren't on. It's fine. It's fine.
Who says noodling?
You're working on something. You're noodling on it.
That sounds very dirty.
I think you gotta want it. You gotta want it. And you know what? We always want it dirty.
We're always noodling.
On this show.
Noodlers.
We always want it dirty.
We're all noodlers. Noodlers.
I'd prefer to keep what I've been noodling to myself.
As you fucking should.
No,
It depends on the industry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
I have a couple of Chiefs ideas I've been working on. I'm trying to dial those in, and they're like 90s style like shirts like these, and I'm working on a shirt for like election season. I'm probably gonna do a pre-sale for it next week.
Is it all gonna be like a ticket to Canada?
No, it's like it's I don't know if you guys watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's my favorite show. There's an episode where Dennis runs for comptroller because they're just trying to do shady shit.
Yeah.
So that's just gonna be a Dennis Reynolds for comptroller shirt with his face on it. And I also have, me and my friend started this. It's kind of like a side business we have. It's called Swift Kelsey 24. So it's swiftkelsey24.com, and it's like a fake election. It's just merch. There's like stickers and shirts and pins and stuff.
Do your friends live on 3rd Street?
They do not.
Okay. So
I've seen that flag.
because that's on my walkabout, and I've stopped. Well, not only is there a flag now, the Kelsey Swift 24. There's 2 skeletons standing out there, and one's dressed in a dress, and one's got the football and the jersey. It's
Well, that's
fucking.
good. That's
It's pretty epic.
We have it swiftkelsey24.com, the official, unofficial campaign of
Yeah.
Swift Kelsey.
I mean, let's hope they win.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it beats the alternative for you Americans.
Hey, never mind. I had a string of jokes. I'm like, no. There's no reason to go.
We missed it. We missed a question. He may have already answered it, but I'm curious. And we always ask the question of, maybe you've been drinking the same shit the whole time. What were you drinking? There's a delineation of when you discovered
before
craft
you
beer.
had money.
Yeah. What were you drinking? What were you drinking back like in college?
Oh, college, it was all about, well, when I was in college was when the illegal recipe of Four Loko was still around. So,
Four Loko.
I was not expecting that answer.
Wow.
So, yeah, one or two of those, and it was a wrap. But we also drank Busch Light, lots of Busch Light, and Miller High Life Light.
Ooh, dude.
I forgot there was a High Life Light.
Because you can fly through those. And that was kind of the
is
deal.
that even a thing anymore? Because I used to dig those.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I'd totally forgotten about those.
Yeah.
We had a friend that was obsessed with, you could do like High Life points. Like you could keep it was like a cereal box.
Yeah.
You would like keep the barcodes and then you could like turn them in and get like t-shirts and grills. And, like,
I had a roommate who tried that. I think it was also while he was also in the movie club where he got the VHS.
Yeah, that's sweet.
The fuck, really?
But that's what I drank. Also, another one of our go-tos was, do you guys remember Hot Damn?
Yes.
It was like
God.
pre-Fireball. It was
the precursor to Fire.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's still out there. It's hard to find, but it's still out there.
Freaking 100 proof Hot Damn.
People would keep it in the freezer, and then you break it out for the parties.
Was it the big bottle?
It was like a regular
because
liter bottle.
I don't know why because I remember like fucking Brass Monkey and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
That's a little before. That's before.
And for some reason,
Hot Damn.
the company, the Kuiper, was the brand.
That's who. I'm pretty sure that's who made Hot Damn.
That's
or at
what
least
that's what
made
I'm
a
saying.
version of it.
Yeah, the Kuiper.
Yeah, I remember people would have the Hot Damn in the freezer, and then all of a sudden at the house party, somebody'd break it out. It gets passed around.
There was one night. This is when I was at Mizzou still, and me and my buddies. It was me and three of my friends lived in a duplex, and I drank a ton of Hot Damn one night, and I threw up.
Oh
And
yeah,
I threw up everywhere. And then
as you should.
Yeah, so it just was reeking of cinnamon. And then my buddy had this girl over. This is 2 weeks later, and she's like, "Do you guys have a cinnamon candle going?" It was like 2 weeks after. It was like, no, actually, Billy threw up on every inch of the house because he drank a bottle of Hot Damn.
Well, and look, we weren't known for our cleaning skills back then.
Yeah, no. That stuff was like syrup. Like,
Yeah.
it was thick.
It was like whatever. Remember when people used to like do the toothpicks in the hot cinnamon?
Yes,
it's whatever you would soak the toothpicks in. That was fermented.
That's
what you were drinking.
Unbelievable.
That just
tastes
reminded me of something.
Like hot tamale candy.
So
yes.
So I had this girl I dated, and her dad would soak cinnamon toothpicks and put them in his joints. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's like the menthol of weed.
It would burn so slow, but it was so delicious, though.
Yeah, what's that like? Is that like you're just breathing in the
I feel like we've just changed our episode.
Yeah.
Let's tell us more.
Joints with Nigel.
I need to try that. Not that I can fucking roll a joint, but we should try that sometime.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Let's do joints with Nigel.
Yeah.
It'll be a side
like,
episode.
do you market to a certain female demographic like the menthol cigarettes used to? I mean,
no, everybody's smoking menthols. Everybody. Yeah. No, I don't know why Yeah, that's what he did. He soaked the toothpicks in cinnamon oil or whatever the fuck it was, and he rolled his joint, and it would make it burn way slower.
Like you pack around the. I'm trying to figure this out now. Like you pack around the toothpick.
Have you ever rolled a joint?
Then you just slide it
once.
Do you roll it? Do you roll it in it, or you slide it in afterwards, or
phrasing?
I thought you said we weren't doing that kind of show, Billy. Jesus, Billy.
Oh my God. Well, however you want to do it, son.
Did you see the red rise up from his neck?
Hey, it's 4:20 too. Perfect.
Oh, smoke him if you got him. Yep, we're right in that window.
That's so funny. Phrasing.
That clock needs to be higher, by the way, because I can't see it.
Oh, it's about you. I'm sorry.
It is.
The headphones.
When I arranged the studio, I didn't think about Nigel.
You didn't think about a lot of things.
Thought about your mom.
Well, hi, Mom. My mom has never listened to a podcast in her life and probably won't. Anyway.
My mom said she wanted to listen, but she doesn't like beer, so why would she listen?
Let's do another mystery beer.
What?
Mystery beer.
Shout out to Bree Burrows.
Oh, so who did you get to voice
That's
that?
Bree. So we had.
She's the owner brewer at Big Rip,
That's awesome.
and she kept singing it, and so we made it a loop.
And when she was singing, I'm like, I gotta make this a loop.
That's
what-
incredible.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it was fun when we did our event at Vine Street, and we had her do it live.
That's amazing.
Our 100th episode. What you got there?
Nordic Jam.
Oh yeah, I brought that one in.
Lager with Nordic fruits. I just saw the ABV. So
What exactly are Nordic fruits?
I don't know.
I feel like
Two Pitchers Brewing.
They're violent.
I feel like this is in your brand wheel.
they're violent.
I feel like this
fruits.
brewery's in your brand wheelhouse.
Okay.
Two Pitchers
Show
Brewing.
them
Oh,
look
cool.
at that. Look at the logo though.
That's sick.
Yeah,
What's it called? Two pitchers?
Two Pitchers Brewing.
yeah.
That is cool.
Where are they out of? Shout out to Mike's Liquor Store down in Westport.
Yes.
That's where I bought
They're somewhere.
that beer.
That place is
They're
awesome.
somewhere. I don't know.
There's
Yeah, I went and bought
They're-
that. It was so funny. I went to go buy that beer, and I might have been a little bit high. And
Northern California.
joints with Nigel.
San
Yeah,
Carlos.
joints with Nigel. San Carlos?
Yeah.
Where's that?
We're going to do a special episode.
Hey,
Joints
before
with Nigel.
Yeah, we got to.
Before you open that, go ahead and put it up there by the microphone.
If I stared at him, I knew he'd like do more.
Bush beer.
Hand me a taster.
Hand me a taster.
You gotta get rid of that stuff in there.
Yeah, so I was at Mike's.
Poor Colin's looking into the window. He's like, "Damn it, they're drinking beer and I'm not."
Everybody wave.
Bye,
Let
Colin.
him in. Let him in. Open the vault.
So I'm in the liquor store.
Hey, shout out to Colin though. He has.
Thank you.
He's quality people.
He's quality people. He's donated beer to the beer car
Yeah.
fridge.
So I'm in the liquor store, and I'm wearing my Ipswich Town. If you didn't know, Ipswich Town is the last place I lived before I came to the States.
And now they're in the.
In the Premier League.
Yep.
In 1967.
Yeah.
69.
Nice.
If you're gonna give me the 60s, give me 69, please,
Yeah, but you're not that good.
or 68, and I'll owe you one.
You're not that talented.
They're in the Premier League now, though.
Yes, and so I have jerseys. That was
Nice.
four. We rate the burps. You haven't burped yet. Do you,
I
Do
know.
you burp?
I don't know what's going on.
Do you
Ooh,
burp?
That's fruity.
I do.
Or are you
but
one
I-
of those non-burpers?
No, I'm a burper. I don't know. It just hasn't happened yet.
Well, we're waiting for it.
Well, you don't want to force it. You never know what'll happen.
That'll be the first. I can be the first puke episode.
Well, you got to clean up your own shit. I'm sorry.
I don't really want that one.
I don't want it either.
I mean, I
And his microphone doesn't have the condom on it. So
no,
there's that.
no.
So look, if you're gonna puke, I'm gonna give you my microphone, okay?
Like Garth style. If you're gonna spew in this.
That might be our first Wayne's World reference.
Yes.
Yes.
In
I'm
120 whatever episodes.
I am honored to bring that.
So I'm trying to buy this beer, and then they see my jersey. They're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's Ipswich Town." Spent literally the next 15 minutes talking to these guys about fucking British soccer in the
That's
fucking liquor
awesome.
store. I was like, I just came to buy some beer. What happened? Yeah, went down.
It's a
rabbit hole.
great kit, though.
It is. I've got a second one,
Oh, I didn't know you got another one.
the pink one.
I haven't seen that one.
So so the kit sponsor is Ed Sheeran, so he's got his tour on there.
Uh-huh.
Plus minus divide times whatever the fuck it is. Well, this particular kit, because he's from Ipswich area, he's from Suffolk, which is the county. So he designed the jersey. Third.
The
You
alternate.
got the secondary, the alternate, the third dairy.
That's another word.
Yeah, just made that up.
Added to
The
the
third
board.
dairy kit, and it's pink, and it's got the skyline of kind of like the Shelter and Hayes. There's no helicopter though,
Blue Thunder.
and so it's pink, but it's fucking sick. I had to have it. When they came, I'm like, these motherfuckers taking my money like that.
They knew what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is good.
That Nordic jam.
I like that.
It's got those Nordic fighting fruits.
Them Nordic fruits.
Those violent fruits.
Yeah. This tastes violent. Oh, that's good.
So yeah, that's a. I don't.
A
After
little
this,
heavy on the fruit.
really, it says Nordic fruits, bro. Why are you hating on the fruits now?
I'm not hating. I'm just saying. It's
You
more
don't
than
like
I-
fruit?
It's more than I thought. More than I expected.
That's what she said.
I'm
If you
playing
can
soccer
surprise them, you're
tonight,
doing it
Nigel.
right.
You're playing soccer?
Yeah.
Where?
I am in a 30 and over men's league now.
Indoor?
Yeah. It's brutal, dude. I am not in shape.
Where?
Like, are your knees gonna make it?
The first week, 2 weeks ago, I threw up. And then, yeah, we got a double header tonight. I don't know what's going to happen to me.
You know when I'd be done.
Yeah, I was like,
but
you know what?
Getting over the wall onto the field.
I was like, I'm in pretty good shape. I'll be fine. And then I get out there, I am not in soccer shape.
Pro tip, and this is from experience. Take the Advil before you play.
Okay. I thought you were going to say throw up before. I was
Or
like,
maybe that.
But both.
No, both.
Puke.
No,
Advil,
I literally, when, I don't know how many years ago, the place over at Independence, whatever the soccer place is, Soccer Knox. I don't know what it's called.
Sports City? Is that what it was called?
I don't know. It's
when Tony Miola owned it.
Ooh, yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Was it Sport City? No.
Sports City, I thought.
When Tony Miola owned it.
Yeah, because he was the goalie for the Wiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did the same
Tony
thing you
Miola.
did. Went out there thinking I was in great shape. I scored a couple goals. It was fine. Later that night, you ever had your knees wake you up?
No.
I was like,
your knees woke you up.
oh, dude, 2 a.m, my knees was like, hey, motherfucker, get up. We're about to party.
The second game, I thought my quad was going to come off the bone. It's like, I can't be
So-
doing that. I don't know what I'm going to do
So I'm
tonight.
telling that story the next week. They're like, bro, no, you got to take the Advil before you play. I was like, oh, pro tip. So, hey, just helping you out, bro.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah,
Done.
Yeah, and then take some after you play too. Yes, indeed. We got any more questions for Billy?
Ice, lots of ice,
Yeah.
more beer.
Beer and ice, yeah. I just need to keep drinking and then maybe.
Actually, I feel like every couple minutes you should probably just do a shot of vodka.
Yeah. Hot damn.
Hot damn.
Do a shot of hot damn.
Shot of hot
every
damn.
two-
I feel like, also your feet will smell better.
Yeah.
You smell like
just,
cinnamon.
Just be sweating out cinnamon, just seeping out
Is
of
there
me.
a candle lit in the arena?
No, Billy's just farting cinnamon.
That's so nice. They lit a candle for us.
The puking kid. Remember the one from the last game? Yeah, he drank hot damn this time.
Yes, indead. So what is your role now at, I know you said you do social at
Do you have
Stewie's.
official capacity?
Yeah,
at
what
Stewie's?
are you doing besides that?
At Stewie's, my title is the social media czar.
I like it.
That's my official
That's
title.
good title.
Are you in
man.
charge of the signage inside?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
We talked about that
No, we didn't.
45 minutes ago. Oh my God. Turn off your mic.
That's like one of my social media things too.
The marquee thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the marquee board, and then I do our shirts, and I design the menus, just like stuff like that. It's fun.
Do you have any input into the beers they get?
I used to, but not anymore.
Who's in charge of that?
I would say Emily.
Okay. We need to get some more local beers on there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Tell Ems.
Okay. I mean, she's gonna be like, fuck off, probably.
She look, I know you're Nigel, but I don't care.
that is not gonna work. And the only reason I say that, because shout out to Sean at Diametric.
Yeah.
They took over the beer thing for Oktoberfest.
I need to talk to him and see how that did. What the numbers were like.
Apparently, it was the most beer they've ever done.
Really?
Yes.
At Oktoberfest?
Because it was all local shit.
Cool.
It was Diametric, Grains and Taps, Smoke, Fringe, Goat. It got to the point where they were running out of. They had to go back to Grains and get Oktoberfest.
That's awesome. I still
That's-
got to
that's
go
how
to
crazy it
Goat.
was.
I haven't been to Goat yet. I still need to do
Yeah,
that.
go
He's
check.
doing,
Yeah,
he's doing good. I love the space.
yeah, they do it. They do it. They kill it. They do a lot. They do some different shit.
I've heard cool stuff about the space.
Yeah.
I need to
I
get
really-
in there.
What are you doing with your life, man? What
I
are you
don't
doing?
know, man.
You don't work all the goddamn time.
No,
What the fuck?
I don't know what I'm doing. Just getting hurt at soccer games and
Well, maybe you should go there first.
yeah. Maybe I should go there instead.
Right, instead, right.
A little trivia night.
That's what is that? Is what night do they do
Monday
that?
trivia night.
Okay. That's
Tuesday, music bingo.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Okay,
tonight's
okay.
music bingo.
There's a lot of music bingo happening.
Not on the
Around
same
there
night.
some-
though.
No.
Yeah.
Whiskey Wednesdays at the Goat is pretty good too.
Are you a whiskey guy at all?
yeah. I like
Because
whiskey.
is it the first Wednesday? Where it's
Yeah.
usually something new and
Yeah,
Casey-ish.
every Wednesday they do something.
Right, but
That-
it usually has a featured one.
Yeah.
One of the weeks.
Yeah.
We should do a trivia team one of the nights.
Let's
That'd
go.
be fun.
Let's go. I'm down.
You got trivia. I mean, you gave me the best TV trivia of all time.
That's it.
That's all you got?
I'm done.
Well,
I'm out.
If they ask that,
If they
we're
ever
going to
ask
win.
that, I'm there.
I'm open on Tuesdays. We can do music bingo.
Music bingo.
Music bingo would be fun.
Yeah.
I still want to go down to Transparent and take over Music Video Wednesday.
Ooh.
You want to take it over? How you going to take?
I'm going to steal the thing and put what I want on the screens.
That's what happens. I mean,
yeah, but I'm not going to let anybody else.
I mean,
Not sharing.
like DJ no request. Guys.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. No, you don't get a request.
So we didn't guess the ABV on this one. So he saw it. I've had this beer before, as in yesterday. I never looked at the ABV. I don't know if I even checked it in. 5.7. You're going to go 6.9 again?
I'm going to go 6.9.
Actual retail ABV, 5.2.
Wow. I thought it was going to be like, actually, I thought it was going to be like a light beer.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't taste like it's got like, that sounds more than it is to me.
Well, to quote Nick, a little too much fruit.
Yeah.
You got nothing for that.
I got nothing for that fruit cocktail. That's what it is to me. It's almost like, remember when you were a kid, the can of fruit cocktail?
Yeah.
It's almost like that in the end.
Ooh, with that thick juice.
cherry?
Yeah.
That was some good shit though back in the day. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
To take the can and eat the fruit and then take that juice to the
It's
head.
like a little shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We should do that sometime. Just get a can of like fruit cocktail and put some vodka in it and just see what happens.
You know what? We're going to do that on Malibu night next time.
You can put Malibu in it? No.
No, just have it there.
That would be fun. Yeah.
So after the Saturday of downtown days every year, we finish with a little party in a friend's driveway, and it's Malibu night.
Okay.
And we pass around a bottle of Malibu rum.
Incredible.
It is so horrible.
Oh my God.
But you have to come up with your own
The
commercial.
thing is like you have to do it before you take your shot. You have to do a commercial for Malibu.
That I want to do that so bad.
Works every time, 69% of the time. Billy?
Malibu rum makes me think of like growing up. There was always that was like my mom's go-to. So
Oh, really?
There was always Malibu in the fridge growing up.
No shit.
Malibu,
Yeah.
the drink of your mom.
Yeah.
There
Mom
it is.
approved.
I feel like we haven't covered all the things, but how?
Well, we're out of practice. It's been a while.
Sorry.
I'm out of practice. I don't know what's going on.
We're not giving you our full frontal, apparently.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'll come back.
That's
what she said.
That's a special episode.
Yeah. The comeback
On the next
episode.
very special episode of Beers with Nigel.
Of the comeback. Pleasure to have you, brother, man.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, this is dumb fun.
No, I love it.
I think we covered all the bases about all your businesses. If people want to follow you,
one more
find
time.
you, where do they do that?
At Squints Apparel on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or X, I guess.
Are you doing the ticker talker?
Not. I have one, but I'm not. I don't know.
That
I'm
seems
just
right
out of
up
the
your
loop.
alley, though,
I'm just
man.
out of it.
I feel like that would be your wheelhouse.
I
Oh,
know.
my God,
I
yeah.
got- I
You
have.
should noodle on that.
I need a noodle on the TikTok, but Instagram's kind of my go-to. So
I'm gonna
Squints Apparel
noodle
on
the
Instagram.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
they probably allow it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, I mean-
Not on Instagram, but they probably allow it on
Well, you
TikTok.
know, I'm sure Diddy's doing that as well.
Well, you know,
Too
if
soon?
he buys enough oil.
But we know it's not from Costco.
Have
'cause
you
they-
seen the action figures?
Yes. Costco say they don't keep it in stock like that.
I love that.
Costco's
That was the
like
best response. Costco was like, we don't have that in bulk.
Sorry, Diddy. I can't say I'm surprised.
We were warned.
Right.
Billy, thanks for coming on, man. That
Thank
was
you
awesome.
for having me. This was amazing.
Where do they find us, Nick?
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. I'm out of practice. Man.
Yeah, you suck.
All of your favorite podcast apps. Nigel, where are we at in the socials?
Facebook,
Yeah.
X. No, it's called Twitter because I can't X you. I can tweet you.
Yeah.
I can't X you. That sounds weird.
So
Like
are,
I'm
you,
gonna kill
are
you.
you still Xing?
Uh,
I'm gonna say it here.
I mean,
I
that's,
took it off my phone,
Oh man.
and I don't miss it.
That's where I get all my sports news. That's why I keep.
You know. Fun fact. I just, I work at a brewery, right? Transparent, and we just had a meeting with shout out to Full Port Media, and you know what they told us? Get rid of Twitter. It's
Yeah.
worthless.
Yeah.
They're
It's
like,
done.
yeah. So, no, I'm not Xing anyone. So Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram.
Instagram, I mean, where else? Where else should we be?
Someday we might try the TikTok, but that someday's not today.
But you know what's coming though? The Beers with Nigel TV show. That's
We're working on that.
That's what I want.
That's in the works.
That's a thing
Yeah.
that is gonna happen soon.
And I'm just going to put it out there. I know the pitch results are not out yet. We were best podcast last year in Kansas City. We're going to repeat.
We're trying to be like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Go back to back.
Yeah.
And then you're going to three-peat.
And like I said last year, if we don't win, goddamn smoke in the city.
Good night, folks.
That helicopter on Smoking Haze is coming out.
You've been listening to Beers with Nigel, a show about beer and other stuff, hosted by Nigel Woodbury and that other guy, Nick Parker. Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, providing bumper-to-bumper graphic design, promo products, and print services. Find them at direoil.com. Beers with Nigel is a proud member of the Fredcast Network and is available on all of your favorite podcast flavors. Find Beers with Nigel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ask Alexa to play the Beers with Nigel podcast.